Evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to some OP replays. Today we have some OP replays in the WZ113, the literally DPM king, the highest DPM heavy tank in tier 10. Now we have two replays for you today, over 18,000, around about 18,500 damage done between these two guys. Now first up, I am a 40%er. Now this is on NA, and this is actually Nisk driving it, a channel friend, and he drives it fantastic, although he does get a bit lucky later on in the game with an AFK, but you know, I decided to play it anyway. Because his team also has an AFK, which is this this young mouse here, who's someone just already said reported. Who? You. And I think the mouse, because of that, the mouse gives up like 4, but you know, just you can carry on reading the chat. So Nisk has gone to the left side of the map here. There's a few tanks that are spotted. His team are pretty much sort of all over the place. You have a TD up the top on the right side, and of course you have the mouse that's not playing, and you have another TD in spawn, and you have then have a couple of teammates by sort of the cap area. So they're not really moved too much. Only Nisk has pushed forward, and he's doing all the spotting, and he's going to be doing pretty much all of the damage. And you can see that the mouse is not moving yet, and neither is the waffle. So the Conway does come up. He spots the Conway here. Can he get a bounce? Now the Conway is using the big gun, so he can do quite a big amount of damage, but with that it means he's got a longer reload. So hopefully with the DPM of this tank, he may be able to take this Conway out before taking another shot. And unfortunately it does take a little bit of damage from him and the Object 268 there, so he's lost a lot of hit points at the moment, very early on, but he's still done 2k damage. And now that the medium tanks and another heavy tank, or a TD or whatever it is gone to the right side around here, you've got the T62 and the Jaegeru. He's now able to push forward and work well with them. Instead of getting isolated in front of all the other tanks, he's now going to work with them and get around this side of the map. So there goes the waffle. As you can see, the not quite sure what the mouse is doing. Like, he was there because he was talking, but yet he just hasn't moved, and he's just staying in spawn. So no idea what the mouse is doing, but that's literally almost 3,000 hit points that is just going to waste. That's not doing anything. So Nisk here, he's got the Object 268 down below, needs to be very careful of him, and thanks to the Object 268 backing up, he was able to get that shot off. Hasn't got the greatest of gun depression to this tank, so it's quite difficult to get those shots, but the Object 268 made it easy for him, just backing up and getting that damage. So he's now taken a shot on that back chat. He's up to 3.7k damage. It's a 4 versus 5, but of course we know that the back chat, the mouse is AFK, but also the enemy do have an AFK, and it is a very good tank at that as well, which is the Yo. So very good tank that is AFK. That does help this the green team, but of course with the mouse being there, it's 6 versus 6 basically. That's why I decided to still show this replay, and just to show that the WZ113, it does get a lot of hate, and a few people says like the only thing that this tank has got is DPM. It hasn't just got DPM. Overall, yes, it hasn't got the greatest of traverse. It's quite slow, but other than that, I think it's actually a really good tank. It's a really low to the ground tank as well, and it has an extremely strong turret. So he's now going to farm the T57, who's luckily for him not looking. If he does look, he will be able to clear this guy. And now the T62 is coming around and going to take him out. So nice move there from the 262, pushes exactly when he needed to, but now he's stuck. He's just getting farmed from this 215B. So 5.7k damage at the moment. This 215B is a one shot, and unfortunately can't quite get the shot there. And here is the Death Star, who he does have to be very careful of. But as you can see, he's really only showing his turret and because of the angle he was at, he manages to get a nice bounce there. And just look how slow this traverses, but luckily the back chat stops and he gets the shot. So that's 2 kills now, 6.6k damage, 1300 block damage. They now know that the mouse is AFK, so they should really be ignoring him, which is what the FV215B is doing. But as you can see, he's not really focused on the 215B yet, because he knows that there is the Death Star there, and he's the more important tank to get rid of. He can from side on, he can actually get killed with HE even from the side. So he's just going to fire the HE at the 215B. He can't pen him in the position he's at, and he's just going to spam him with well, I thought he was going to spam him with HE, and he does manage to pick up the kill. Nice shot on the turret there. Oh my god, says the 268. So now that's 6.9k damage. Is he going to risk coming out sideways? No, he's not. He's going to try and angle his tank, and he's just going to try and get the shot. He's using the heat just to try and guarantee the pen, and with the Death Star moving around the corner, that gives him just the opportunity to go forward and take the shot off. And he does do that because, of course, because he was moving, the reticle will obviously be big. He's not pre-aimed, so that was actually a good move there, but still a risky move as well. And now they've told him that the other tank is AFK, so he still has 1 minute 20 left on the clock, and he's now going to get around this guy and just farm a little bit more damage. While the mouse, look, the mouse is still there, the mouse is still talking, and he's still not moved. So no idea what the hell this mouse, he's even saying 6 versus 6. He's not moving at all, and he's not looking at moving. But, you know, it is what it is. But extremely well played there from I am a 40%er, over 9,000 damage. So he ends on 9,194 damage. And as you can see there, the tortoise and the mouse both 0 damage, and the yo there doing 0 damage as well. So GG there from Nisk. And now we move on to our next 113 on Ghost Factory, the new map in the game. Now, what do you guys think of Ghost Factory? Like, I'm not really a lover of this map. It's normally around the same area it's played in, and that's sort of inside the factory. Other than that, you don't really see, sometimes sort of you see, where are we now? So sometimes you see the battle towards A, sometimes take place. But other than that, it's usually people go inside the factory, and that's where the majority of the battle is taking place. So are we going to see the same thing here? So we are watching Average Market Fan from the Vale clan. Obviously, Vale are one of the top clans in EU. Extremely decent clan. And of course, because he's in the clan, I'm assuming we're going to have a decent battle here in the 113. So if you haven't got the 113, definitely it is worth buying. It got it is the highest DPM heavy tank in the game. Other than the traverse, there's not really too much wrong with the tank, to be fair. The traverse is slow as it is, but other than that, it has that DPM. The speed is okay. It's very low to the ground. Doesn't have the gun depression, as I've said, but it does have an amazing turret, and you can bounce an extremely lot of shells on that turret. As you can see now, the game is being played on the right side. Not many people have gone in. There's a couple of people that's gone in, but straight up 1,280 block damage. Pretty much bounced everyone here, and because they're all on a reload, he is now able to poke forward and get that shot off. So he hasn't taken any damage so far. God knows what these guys are doing, and he gets yet again another bounce from that E100. So already within a minute of the game, he's bounced 1,900 damage, and he's now up to 2,400 damage, unlike the WZ11G there, who tries to do the exact same thing as our guy, but yeah, he doesn't quite have the armor profile to do so. Now, luckily for our guy here, Market Fan, he has the E100. He has the team with him. He does have the team with him because he's sitting in the open. Because the E100 is sitting in the open, they are all going to go for the E100 over the 113 because it's a very difficult pen. And of course, with the Kranwagen being there as well, they're not really going to focus the 113 because it is a difficult pen. They might as well go for someone that they can pen. And yet again, we get another bounce from the VK, who's kind of given up. He's just turned around and like, yeah, fuck you. I'm not going for you. So 3.6k damage now. And again, because there are team all around him, he's now just able to farm some side shots because no one is looking at him. They are all gone for the Kranvagn, which is probably the right choice. They're literally going to isolate him and take care of him very quickly. But doing that, this is where the DPM is very important with the tank, because he's now able to farm this guy, and before this VK can even turn around, he's just been deleted. So I love the fact that he's sitting here with this E100. It's a 3 against 4, so the left side of the map hasn't been able to hold that, and they now need to take care of these guys very, very quickly. E100 is probably important to take care of. He hasn't got quite the DPM, and there goes the E50M from the Jaegeru. So it's now a 2 versus 4, 2 kills for our guy and 5.6k damage. And again, he gets yet again another bounce. 3,100 block damage now. Amazing. Hasn't taken a single hit point so far. And because he knows that this E100 is on a reload, he does push forward and takes him out with his E100. So they are working really, really well together, but there is still a lot of work to do because they are losing on supremacy points as well. Here comes the AMX 50B, gets a lovely shot there, and hopefully the E100 will take care of him. So these guys are actually working really, really well together. The E100 still has plenty of hit points. He is still full hit points. So it is extremely doable. Now he's going to ignore the Jaegeru now, and again, this is the right choice. This is what people don't do often, and they're going to work well together. He's not looking at going for a different tank. He's literally looking at going for the same tank that his teammate is going for, and that is the Yo here. So ignoring the Jaegeru, which is probably the right choice, because yes, the Jaegeru does damage, but he hasn't got a turret. So if they're able to farm this Yo, take him out, then it is going to be very easy for 2 tanks to be able to deal with a tank with no turret. And now he has the hit points, he can just poke forward. They are still losing on supremacy points, but it's a 2 versus 1. So what he's trying to do now, that was a bad shot, but you know, he went for the shot. He does take a shot, but what he was gonna do is get behind. But at this point in the game, it doesn't really need it. With his DPM, he could just sit in front of this guy. He can take another shot from this Jaegeru as well, and he's just going to farm some damage. Now he does get shot, but now the E100 misses his shot, he is now able just to farm this Jaegeru. So 3 kills, and now he's just going to get to the side of him and take the 4th kill. So really, really good play there between him and the E100, and just an amazing game overall. They focused right, and that's because they focused, they got the win. And 9,321 damage. Absolutely incredible. Well played there from the E100 as well. Almost 3k damage and 1,300 base XP. Now the Jaegeru on the enemy team did a fantastic job as well, but it was just a bit too much. Too many hit points to deal with when you're on your own against these 2 tanks. So well played, both of you guys. Thank you for sending me those replays in. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you tomorrow for some more replays. There won't be many more replays over the next month or so, because as you guys know, I have a baby due tomorrow, so today I'm literally trying to record as many replay videos, hold my beer, stuff like that for the coming days. But after the next few days, there won't be any replay videos for the next few weeks. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.